guys, it's me without any makeup, even though I'm having terrible skin. How brave is that? To show you an updated, easy foundation routine. It's not really updated, but I've never done a video on it before. So I wanted to share it for you. I had some friends express some interest in a much easier foundation routine. It's pretty simple. There aren't that many products, although the products aren't super cheap. Later on, I'm going to be doing some drugstore foundation techniques, probably in the next month or two. But let's get started. Now, you actually only need 3 products to get this look. You're going to need a Smashbox. Let me see if I can. Oh, stupid light. The Smashbox Artificial Light. This one's in Flash because I'm particularly pale right now. Your favorite concealer, or just to make things easier, the Makeup Forever palette in your color, camouflage palette in your color. And then Studio Fix, which is, it's technically a powdered foundation. It's not cream to powder. It's just what it looks like. And excuse my lip liner smudges there. And you can tell I always have that with me when I'm traveling. And it's a product that I've been using for years, and I really love it. So the first thing you want to do is start with lotion, your normal face cream or lotion. I'm using the Oilatum Natural Repair. Really love that. Thanks to Pixie for that. And then today, although you do not need to do this step at all, I put on the Makeup Forever HD Primer just because I'm kind of curious if that's what's giving me my breakouts. So I just put it on out of curiosity, and then I decided I was going to do the updated foundation video. So just with my fingers, I'm going to put this on to keep it simple. I'm going to use just about 1.5 pumps of the Smashbox. So just kind of, while it's still really wet, spread it all over. So one of the tricks with this primer is you just want to make sure that you don't end up with like a line on your nose or on the sides of your nose, which sometimes happens to me if I'm rushing. So I don't know if you can tell that much of a difference in this light, but it really does even everything out. In the mirror, I'm seeing like a nice pinkish sheen, a nice healthy glow. So the great thing about this palette is you've got all the right colors, and it's pretty simple. So now I'm going to go in and sadly conceal all the ridiculous amount of blemishes that I have. Now I'm going to go in with the MAC 224 brush, and I'm just going to blend everything out so that you get a nice thin coat. I'm not actually going to add any product onto this brush. I mean, there's a little bit from yesterday, but I'm really just going to use it. As you can see, like I didn't even bother blending this one. I'm just going to, you know, blend out the color a little bit. And if we need more coverage, we'll build the coverage. But these are, again, this is just my blemishes. I use a completely different color for under my eyes, as you may have noticed in some of my other videos. I think the best way to give yourself that bright, lifted look is to use a shade lighter concealer than you actually need. It's always worked for me. It's given me that really bright look, and I really like to use that. I suggest you try it. Actually, I'd like for you to try it, and then I'm dipping into the concealer this time. I'd really like for you to try it and let me know how you like it, because I think it makes a really big difference. So does anybody else, please comment on this, if you get a lot of fallout from your MAC brushes, because I'm just starting, that was, I don't know why I went under my eye there. Alright guys, I'm really curious. I'm going in with the green color now. Oops, you cannot see that because of my lighting. One of these days, somebody's going to teach me about lighting. Anyway, I'm going in with that green shade, just on my cheek area, because I've got a little bit of redness that I don't really want. And then I'm going to swipe it down under the nose. I might even add just a touch more, just a tad. This stuff is very highly pigmented, all of it, so you really only need a little bit. So I'm just going to get around my nose, very easy. Now, does anyone find that they get a massive amount of fallout with their MAC brushes? Am I doing something wrong? I can't figure it out, but I'm very careful with my brushes. I'm washing them all the time. If you're noticing that I'm doing something completely wrong here, let me know, because I feel like I take good care of them. I don't use them as much as a makeup artist would, certainly. I mean, even when I do the few gigs that I do for photo shoots and friends for weddings and special events and things like that, I'm not using them such a massive amount that they should just be falling to pieces. So I'm really curious what you think. Please let me know. So now I'm just adding the one shade lighter, so the second shade in on the palette, just right under my eyes. The good thing about this concealer is you really don't need a lot of it. When I first bought this palette, I was going to return it actually. I didn't love it because it doesn't give you, it definitely doesn't make you look any younger, but it doesn't, I'm not really sure. I feel like the HD, the Smashbox HD gives you like a yummy, creamy under eye. At least it does for me. And I feel like this one, maybe it just leaves everything as it is, I'm not sure. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of concealer on those areas that I added green. Just like the tiniest, sheerest amount. Now obviously, if you have better skin than I do, you would not need to conceal all these areas. You could just do, you know, a few broken capillary areas, which would make it much faster for you. Okay, so now I'm all concealed. I'm just going to take a quick look in the mirror up close. So you can see everything's as even as it can get right now. I just want to make sure that none of my blemishes show too much. And then I guess you could consider a fourth tool, unless you have a powder brush you really love, but I love the Sephora Professional. I think this is the Platinum Series airbrush. It's number 55, and it's like amazing. So now I just buff this on. It's a bit darker than my concealers, so you're going to see everything even out now and be the same color as my neck. Now I just buff this on. And it goes on brilliantly over a nice moisturizer. You definitely, especially if you have dry skin like I do, you want to moisturize because, first of all, it's going to help it stick. But I remember when I was in college, I used to use this Studio Fix. I used to use it with just the sponge, like straight on my face, no concealer, would add extra underneath the eyes. I mean, so if you've got really flawless skin and you have oily skin, which my skin was much more oily then, you could definitely do that. I'm just going to hit my eyelids just so you can see the evenness. Might be a tad light still, but that's only because, actually that's just the camera picking it up. I find Studio Fix sometimes in photographs also shows up a little bit lighter. It is just the camera, because in the mirror it's looking pretty good. Or actually maybe it's the light, because see, when I get closer I get that same brightness on my chest. So this is, you know, my super fast foundation routines. So if I'm, you know, a lot of times I'll do my makeup in the car if my husband and I are driving somewhere with a baby or something and I didn't have time to do my makeup in the morning. So I'll just throw like very few products in my bag and I can actually show you that super easy look. But this is the foundation part of that super easy look. So I hope you find this useful. I hope you try Studio Fix if you've never tried it, because it really is an amazing powder foundation that I don't hear spoken about as much as I should, to be honest. And MAC's got so many great products. But this one really, I would bring this as my foundation if I could only pick one product. I mean, I really need concealer, but this would be, you know, this would be that product. It's really amazing, and it has great staying power. You're not going to find that you're getting a lot of oil slicks or anything like that. If you feel like this is too heavy, at this point, you could use a Mist and Fix. This is the Makeup Forever one, but you could use any one, and this is going to help it set to your face, kind of meld in with your skin texture a little bit more. So yeah, so if you have any questions on variations, maybe about using different concealers or whatever, I'm happy to answer them, but I do have to say, without the Studio Fix, this look doesn't work as well. I do like Smashbox Halo. That's a medium coverage powder. I would say this is medium to heavy. So definitely let me know what you think. Alright, great. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you like this video, and I'll see you guys soon.